All right. So, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am chilling with the man here, Pakistan's first ever world champion. On January 24th, he's going to fight Edgar Skivers for the light heavyweight championship. He's a 6-0 record and boasting a combined wushu and kickboxing record of 75-4. He trains out of the Goat Shed, Miami. The man himself, Shahzaib Rind. How are you tonight, man?
Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm very good. Alhamdulillah, everything is good. And I'm very excited for January 24th. It's going to be the biggest fight in karate combat history. And it's going to be dope. Tune in, guys.
I'm super pumped. I just got done watching a whole bunch of Instagram clips, and I was actually like really excited for it. They did a really good job marketing it and getting that fight kind of pumped up, and for quite literally the biggest fight in karate combat history, man. So I'm pumped. That's going to be a super good one. How's the camp been so far, man? Just kind of with training and everything. Has it been
Everything, yes. Okay, the training camp in the beginning, I had to fight the Brazilian guy. He's lightweight champion, Luis Rocha. But suddenly he dropped out. So we changed the opponent. Now I'm fighting with the Edgar Escrivers. He's a three-time world champion in karate combat. He's the old school, karate combat before it was old rules. It was more like karate, type. So now we change it to new rules. I'm the first evolved new rule set world champion in karate combat. So I'm fighting with the OG of karate combat, the old rule world champion, like old time world champion. So this fight is gonna be good. And my training camp, everything was so good. For this training, I think this is my best training camp ever I had in my career. I did work on everything. I have my complete team, my nutritionist, my coaches. I have like so good coaches in striking, everything like so good. I'm training with the world champion fighters, like world wrestling world champions in their field. So the training camp, this training camp is so good.
That's good, man. That's really good to hear. It sounds like too. It's been not a difficult in a bad way, but you've been pushing yourself in this training camp to be the peak physical form that you can be, technique wise, strength wise, stamina, everything, man. So that
Yeah,
sounds
for me, yes, for me, it doesn't matter who is my opponent. For me, I always try to improve myself because if I see something in my game, I want to improve it. If I see some weaknesses in my kicking, I'm going to improve my kicking. I'm going to work with the best of the best, who is the best in the kicking. So I'm going to work with that. If I see something like some faults in my boxing, I'm going to work on my boxing. I've been doing a lot of boxing training, boxing sparrings with professional boxers, and then I see some wrestling. Then started working with the wrestling world champion, Richie. He's world champion, and he's helping me with this camp. And then I have to improve myself. I'm not like thinking about my opponent. I just want to improve myself to be a complete fighter. Because if you are a world champion, you need to be a complete fighter. You can't rely on one thing. If you become world champion, then you see like top contenders in the world. They are hungry. They are hungrier more than you, and they want to get what you have. It's
absolutely.
not easy to become a world champion. World champion is a big deal. Nobody can become a world champion. They sacrifice their lives, their everything. Like they don't do anything. They don't party. They miss a lot of parties. They don't go with the families. So they sacrifice a lot of things. So you have to be all the time ready. You are a world champion. Now you have to defend your title. You have to compete with the best of the best in the world. So that's why I'm always working, always like no vacations, nothing, just working, 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 improving myself. And I'm happy. I'm very thankful to the God. He gave me the best people, best team in the world. So my team, my coaches, everyone is helping me with everything.
Yeah, man. I think you hit it right on the nail. Sacrifice, man. You have to give up. You have to sacrifice a lot to be great. You know what I mean? And to be a world champion. So I kudos to you, man, holding yourself at that high standard and really just training as much as you can, finding weaknesses in your game and working on that to be better, man. I think that's what it takes to be great, especially in a martial arts combat situation, man. You said it too. I mean, you can't just focus on the guy that's in front of you and tailor your game around him. You need to be the most rounded and complete fighter so you can take on anybody. I wouldn't want to go fight by fight, just kind of like, okay, this guy's a wrestler, I'm going to work on my wrestling. Like, no, I'm going to work on me as a fighter, and I'm going to build myself up to be, the champ. So that's cool,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, there are like a lot of styles. It's not one style. Everyone is different. You fight with everyone, and you are fighting with the best in the world. Every contender is the best. He's beating everyone. He's undefeated record. He's on the winning streak. So you can't rely on you can't rely on one thing. You have to be best at everything. Then you are a good fighter, and you are a good world champion. And for me, is like biggest thing because I'm the first Pakistani karate combat world champion in the history of Pakistan. So it's a lot of pressure on me. I'm not just fighting for myself. I'm fighting for a country. I'm fighting for 50 million people. A lot of like Pakistan is a huge country, a lot of population, and then I'm glad that I made it. And now it's my time to show the world we are warriors, and that we can we can do anything. Whatever we want, we can do it. So this is the biggest, and I am motivation for youngsters. My goal is not to become just for myself. I am fighting for a lot of people. I am fighting for my country. My a lot of youngsters, they are stressed out. They think we can't do anything. So this is a big message for them. I'm doing it for them. So they see I can do it. They can do it as well.
Yeah, man. I think you really you get it. I don't think a lot of people understand that martial arts and just martial arts in general, dude, it's such a huge outlet for the youth. I feel like there's a lot of craziness that happens in our world nowadays, and it's very easy to get sucked into looking at your phone or looking on the TV and just like kind of getting scared and holding yourself back from what you want to do. You know what I mean? Because you feel kind of reserved. So I agree. I think it's important to work on talking to the young people and get them pushed into maybe even doing some sort of martial arts, whether it's jujitsu or kickboxing or whatever it is, dude. Something.
Anything, just the sports, any sports, because in today's society, everything is so negative. If you
Yeah.
watch the TV, everything is negative. You see only like bad news. You never see like good news. There are a lot of good news. World is a big place, and world we are doing a lot of good things, but they don't show the good news. They only show the bad news. So it's good for our youngsters, their mind. We have to show them our positive side, make them happy. This life is like a short life. You never know when you're gonna go back to so you never know. So you have to enjoy all the time, and you have to not live for yourself but for other people, to become an example for other people and to help the community become stronger together.
Absolutely, man. I think, dude, you're a shining example of that, dude. So keep rocking on that. I think that's really cool to hear that from someone at your level, to see that it's that big of an importance to them. So I think it's cool now too, because I have some questions that we can kind of roll into that are totally related to this. So one of my questions I have is, being a fighter from Pakistan, how does that feel to represent your country on an international stage? Fighting in karate combat now and being a champion, what is, I don't know, how does that feel to represent your country, man? It's got to be cool.
Yeah, it's man. When I came to America like 2 years ago, first it was my first fight, and I was the first Pakistani fighter to fight in professional karate combat league, because karate combat is huge. All the best fighters in the world are fighting in karate combat. So it was a big deal for me, because I have to show everyone we are fighters, because nobody knew when I came to the company. Everyone was thinking like, oh, he's just like normal fighter. He's not never gonna make it. There are a lot of fighters, like thousands of fighters. Everyone is fighter. So you need to make a statement. So when I came here, I represented Pakistan, and my people love it. When I won the first fight, it become super. It become huge. It went viral everywhere in Pakistan. I was on all the news channels, all the TV channels, everywhere, all the magazines in Pakistan. But it gave me it opened my eyes. I can do something for my country, and it opened my eyes, because you can't do anything bad, because you are not just representing yourself. You are representing the whole country.
Yeah.
So you have to be the good example. So I had to train every day, even though my body was dead. I was sometimes there was moments I was thinking, I can't do it anymore. I have to take rest. Then I was thinking for the people, like, no, it's just not just you. It's like all the country. You are the first fighter. It's a lot of burden on your shoulders. You have to, wake up for your dreams, not for yours, but for other people too. So I woke up every day, early morning, 6 a.m., do my prayers, go to the training, like 1 hour drive to get to the gym, then train there all day in the gym, and then come back at night time. And then when I come back here, I just sleep because I was too tired. My body is dead. It was like long time. I won my first fight, then I won my second fight. I went back to Pakistan. Everyone was so happy. It was a big celebration for my country because there was a lot of bad news happening in Pakistan. There was nothing good going on. When I win the fight, everyone was happy. I give them good news. Like you see it on the media everywhere. It was like celebration all over the my country. Then I had a dream like now I have to become I am first Pakistani fighter. Now I have to become first Pakistani world champion. It's a big dream. You can just think about it. You can't like I was like no, I have to make it happen. If you want to make it happen, you have to hard work. You have to put like pressure. So I left my family over there because in Pakistan we all live together. My whole life, my brothers, my sisters, my mom and dad, everyone we live together. I left my family. I made a big sacrifice. Come here. Left my friends, everyone, and then just locked in, and then train with the monsters in Goat Shed. I train in Goat Shed. So we have a lot of monsters over there. Everyone is like so good, everyone is hungry for the fights. So I was training. In the beginning they were beating me so bad. I go back to home. I was thinking, like crying all like in the nights. What's happening with me? Why I suck? So I started preparation more to train more. Then I started seeing the results. The more you put hard work, because talent is there, but you have to be a hard worker. Once you become hard work, then you can achieve anything. So I started working a lot, then started winning my fights. Every fight, knockout, 40-second knockouts. Then finally I got the opportunity to become a world champion. And then last September, I fought for the world title. And then it was very bad fight. In the beginning, I got very bad punch. I got
Okay.
dropped. I couldn't see anything. I was dropped like my black, because I got dropped 5 times in one round. Can you imagine? And every punch landed on me. Every punch landed on me. And then I dropped, I got back up. I dropped, I got back up. Because I was thinking like I dropped, I couldn't feel my legs. I couldn't see anything. My left eye was dead. I couldn't see anything. But I was thinking, no, bro, you can't stop here. You have gone through long time. Like, you have done a lot of things. You trained so good so many times for this thing just to be here. Now it's the time. You can't just give up. So that hope gave me, something hope. So I got back up, and then I started smashing him. So in the second round, I won the round. First round, he was like, about to kill me.
Yeah.
Then I won the second round. Third round, I knocked him out. The guy never been knocked out in karate combat history. I knocked him out, and then
Okay.
I won my world title. So it is a biggest dream. I can't even like think about how I made it. So it's just because of other people, everyone's hopes, prayers, everything.
That's so cool, dude. That's honestly a wicked story. Just because there's a lot of adversity there, where you kind of acknowledge, like, dude, okay, this guy's bringing the heat. I gotta lock in. You know what I mean? And you locked in, and you definitely did exactly that and took the gold home, man. So that's super cool, dude. And again, I think it's really cool. It's cool to hear that you take so much pride in um, just kind of going out on your own and kind of chasing that dream to be a champion, man. I don't think a lot of people, again, kind of going back to the word sacrifice. I know maybe some people might think it's lame, but it's serious. It's a real thing. You got to sacrifice a whole lot to get where you want to be in life, and a lot of times that's getting out of your comfort zone. So you got to move away, or you got to do something you don't want to do, bro. So I think that's really cool. So I think that kind of is an entry segment into the next question I have, which is really good too, man. And this might be a big one for you. What legacy do you want to leave behind in karate and combat sports? Obviously being a world champion, being the first champion from Pakistan, like that's crazy, dude. Like, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind in karate and combat sports?
I have a big dreams. A lot of people call me crazy, but if you have dreams, then you can work for it. If you don't have dreams, then what is the point? So I have a lot of dreams. I want everyone to remember my name, Shahzaib Rind, forever. I want to leave a legacy. I want everyone to remember my country, where I was from, how I came here. So I want to become a legend in the sport, like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, these guys. So this is just the beginning. I just started now. So I have long way to go. I want to beat all the world champions. It's not like it doesn't matter if it's karate world champion, it's UFC world champion, it's one championship world champion, or it's glory world champion. Anyone, I want to beat all the best fighters in the world, and I want to be a greatest fighter of all the time. So this is my dream. Some people call me crazy, but I'm crazy. That's how you become the greatest.
Dude, that's what, and that, it's funny. That's what all the greats say. You got to be crazy. You got to be crazy enough to believe in that dream, man. And that's what separates you from other people. Because sometimes when the tough times get hard, the people who aren't crazy in the head, they give up, man. Unfortunately, So it's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah, but for me, nobody can break me. If I went through like hard times, it makes me more stronger.
Mm,
Everyone goes from hard times. Some people they just quit. They can't take it anymore. But for me, I just go there. I want to be like take everything in. Take everything in. It makes you stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So this is my belief. So if somebody is putting pressure on me, I'm happy, they're helping me out to become a greater. Because if you want to be a great, you have to get out of your comfort zone, and then you have to, embrace the pain, learn from it, and then you can move on.
absolutely, yeah, dude. There's a I don't know the quote, but it's something about there. It wouldn't be called a sacrifice if you didn't have to say. I can't remember. Whatever, it doesn't matter, bro. But we get it. You and I get it, man. We're on the same wavelength with that. I think it's important to understand that if you're not gonna be successful in life unless you get out of your comfort zone. So it's 100% what we're talking about. But my last question for you, and I think this is again really good because I just watched your I think most recent fight it was, and you had a post fight interview and you mentioned the word message. You have a message, and I thought that was really cool. And I just want to double down on that and ask you again. So what message do you hope to send to the what message do you hope to send to aspiring martial artists, especially from your home country?
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a message like nobody can stop you. If you have dreams, you have to work on your dreams. And no, everyone is gonna tell you you can't do it, but you have to be, mad enough to do it. You have to be, work for your goals, work for your dreams. Then you're gonna do it. It's hard. I know it's gonna be in the beginning. It's gonna be hard, but you have to work for it, and then once you you have to you have to believe in it. You have to believe in yourself, and then you can achieve anything. Nothing can stop you. This world is for uh, has no limits. The sky has no limits, so you can whatever you want. You just think about it. uh, it is crazy. Like sometimes I think a lot of things, and then few days after I see the things are happening. So it's just like your mindset. You have to uh, be strong and just think about it. Just think about it. Once you think about it, then it's gonna start happening. Then you have to put effort on it. Then it's gonna happen. So nothing can stop you. If you have dreams, you can achieve everything.
Absolutely, man. I love that. It's very important too, man. It can go both ways on that clock. I mean, you can even think so negatively in your head that now you start thinking negative things and negative things start happening. You know what I mean? It can go both ways. So it's really important that you just tell yourself every day, like, I am great. I'm going to be great. I am going to achieve X. I'm going to do X. You know what I mean? Like, it's important because it is like training your brain to think positive and to think, you're worth it and you're going to do it. You're totally capable of whatever you set your mind to. So it was really cool. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed this interview. So, and it's been really cool to talk to you, and it's been an honor. Like I said, I wore a nice T-shirt, nice little polo for you. Oh, but these guys are really good at clipping these interviews and making little micro content, little pieces of content that we can post on social media. Is there anything that you want to talk about with this last little bit that we can edit for you?
Yeah, for the last thing we can about my sponsors.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. You want to shout out your sponsors, man?
Or maybe future goals, what I want to do after winning the world title in karate combat. What's my plans?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, you can ask me a question, or I just say it.
Yeah, sure. How about let's roll. How about I'll ask you, So, what sponsors do you have any sponsors you want to shout out? And then we'll go into that, and then we'll pop into, what's next after this fight. All right.
Yeah.
All right, brother. So, kind of just talking about, holy smokes, I forgot. How did I forget the question? What the heck?
Sponsors.
What? Oh, the sponsors. Okay, here we go. Composure. All right. All right, brother. So, you have any special shout outs for sponsors? Anything you want to kind of send some words out for?
Yeah, I would like to thank my sponsors. They have been key role to my success. RFZ, a real estate company in Dubai, training camps and everything. They are a key role to my success. And DHA Quetta, it's my country. They are doing very good job in back in Quetta, and they're supporting youth. And thank you so much. And Michael, thank you so much, all of you guys. Without your support, it was impossible. It's all of you guys putting your support and helping me to achieve the greatness.
I love it. I love it, man. And last remarks, man. As we go forward, what's next for you, man? After this fight. I mean, I know we don't want to think too far past the fight, but what does your future look like? What are you looking to do?
Yeah, I'm ready. Like, my future, I have a big plans, big goals. After this fight, I want to be like, beat all the world champions in all the sport, like, leagues in the world, like UFC, One Championship, Bellator, doesn't matter, whoever can do my weight class, he can come and compete with me. And then we see who's the real fighter, who's the best in the world.
I love it. I love it, man. And yeah, I don't know if I have anything else. I will. I'm going to shoot you a message on because I do these interviews for millions, but I have like a mixed martial arts news content page. I'll shoot you a follow and shoot you a message. I'm going to post a graphic for after this interview. Feel free to share it to your story. Also,
Yeah.
too, man, I would love to have my videographer maybe like put an edit for you to together or put together an edit for you.
That would be awesome, brother. That would be.
Yeah,
The news, I think the news is best because I need the news.
yeah,
It's gonna be good for me for MMA news and stuff. They can
yeah,
just put like Shahzaib Rind is fighting again for world title or something. So
yeah.
that's gonna be like a big help for me. Thank you, brother. Thank you so
Ab-
much.
Absolutely, I would love to do that for you,
Yeah,
man.
and my following is good. I have huge following. I can reshare it, on my Instagram and my Facebook, like millions of impressions on YouTube everywhere. So
Oh
I
yeah.
can. Yeah, thank you so much for your
And
help.
I would be super appreciative of that, man. So thank you again for your time interviewing with me today and just kind of like answering my questions and being cool and just kind of chatting it up with me, man. And yeah, I'll look forward to posting some content with you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
All
Have a
right,
good
dude. Again, and also too, just an outro real quick. So again, guys, so don't forget, guys, January 24th, our man here is going to fight for the lightweight championship on Karate Combat's YouTube. Go check it out. It's going to be an incredible fight. We're marking it down as going to be one of the best fights in Karate Combat history. So you don't want to miss it. And thank you again for stopping by and just hanging out with me, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.